It seems like every year, there always comes a new hot artist that takes the world by storm, and to be honest, I don't care about them. Until this one took my heart. I swear, I keep seeing Teto Kasane singing about being a chicken while running away from a job application, or that idiot girl who eats human meat on the daily. Why are these songs everywhere? Well, today, I'm gonna try and answer that question and figure out why JamieP has popped off this year. Meet Jamie Page. She's a producer who has released hit after hit songs in 2025. But how did she get here? Well, a lot of what I know comes from an interview with Retroteno Vocaverse, so shoutouts to them. JamieP was just your average kid who grew up around music, with influences from her father's music collection of 70s and 80s rock, and her time playing instruments in school. She formed a band in college and even DJ'd at a My Little Pony convention, because that's in the Bible. But for most people, that would be where their story ends, as they enter the adult world with a job and leave their instruments in the closet to collect dust. But for a select few, they keep their passion burning with new fuel, and eventually hope to see their work pay off. Jamie likely fell down the Vocaloid rabbit hole in the early 2010s, and fell in love with how creative and avant-garde many producers' styles were. Later in the decade, she would even make her own Vocaloid songs. It wouldn't be until the rise of Teto Kasane and Synthesizer V that her musical muscles were pumped with steroids. Jamie fell in love with her story, and began practicing off her voice bank. Little did baby Jamie know, the fruits of her labor would soon pay off. Pop quiz, Stinky Poo. What does the P in JamieP stand for? Well, the answer for her popularity lies right in front of us. So, I think it's fair to dissect 3 of her most popular songs that she had worked on: Butcher Vanity, Machine Love, and Birdybrain. Let's start with Butcher Vanity, arguably her first big hit alongside her future bandmates in Flavor Folly. The song follows the main singer, Yesha, singing about her unquenchable desire to eat meat and how she handles self-control. She doesn't. So, she goes on a spree, grabbing people, cutting them up, and eating them. It's a little pointless looking into the lyrics because they're all a variation of, "I wanna eat you, baby boy," in the occasional Chinese sentence. However, there is a line that kind of alludes to Yesha having a cannibalism fetish, and she also drew a meat chart on herself. Whatever that means, I can conclude that Yesha is a certified freak. She's like those yandere characters that people occasionally simp for. It's a mystery why people love them, just like why this song became so popular in the first place. After the song's release on March 28th, 2024, it began to steadily blow up. There are a couple of explanations as to why. It became popular with kids due to Yesha's skin making an appearance in the Roblox game Forsaken, a game that has edgy elements in it, so I'd say she fits right in. But if you ask me why it blew up, I believe we should take a look at another popular song, Kyofu Orubak. The visuals are strikingly similar: a bright yellow background, a simple art style, and a message that even a 5-year-old can understand. Kyofu Orubak is about Kai Yuki becoming annoyed due to the wind messing with her hair, while Butcher Vanity follows Yesha becoming annoyed that society thinks it's taboo to eat other humans, but when it's with cows or chickens, suddenly it's okay. Except on DeviantArt. Never change, DA. And the song is just really catchy. To this day, the song has 75 million views on YouTube alone, and that led to a spread of new songs using Yesha's voice. Speaking of which, The cool thing about Yesha is that she is a Chinese female voice bank that never got an official design. However, during the development of the song, band member Rice saw the cover art of her voice bank and immediately had one thought: meat. Plus, they were also inspired by this one Korean rap artist, Moonbyul. Rice showed her freaky designs to Vain Lily and JamieP. They loved it so much that they decided to produce a song because of her design, and the rest was an atomic bomb for the cannibalism community. Anytime people mention Yesha, people will think of Butcher Vanity, all thanks to Flavor Folly. Of course, JamieP was only 1/3 of the magic behind the song, so it stands to reason to see what she could do on her own. Hold on, this video is brought to you by me. I'm currently hosting an art contest right now. All you gotta do is draw one or both of my little idiots in whatever pose you'd like for a chance to win $50 doonies. When you're done, DM me on Instagram or send me the results to my Discord server. Chop chop buddy, the clock's ticking. Alright, ads done. Machine Love is her first big solo hit, and arguably an endearing one too. Released a few months later in June 2024, it starts off as your typical Vocaloid song. The narrator opens their Teto OS computer to the redhead singing you a happy tune. Everything is well in the world. Until... The song tells the story of Teto Kasane, full stop. A vocal synth program made to be a throwaway joke that, thanks to the love and patience of everyone around them, became as human as fiction can be. However, a few lines of the song stuck out to me. Those are the ones sung with Teto's original Utao voice bank, and with lyrics taken directly from one of her earliest songs, Song of Eared Robot. A song that also tells the story of Teto trying to connect with her creators. They're both really nice love letters. But what if Machine Love has a deeper meaning? I'm going schizo Suwawako mode, but hear me out. I view the song as a more general commentary on society at the moment. You know the series Oshino Ko? Hoshino's story follows the idea of living a lie in an industry based on parasocial relationships. Sure, she puts on a smile when performing on stage, but what's the point? Something that Teto and I soon learn is that building a relationship on being honest is the way to go. Teto's fans know that she's a joke. She tried to become a Vocaloid in the early days, but when that failed, she began loving herself for who she is. And in the end, guess who really won? Exactly.
I am a fat ass.
And that's why we love her. On the other hand, I realizes that her relationship with her kids was far more rewarding than the love that she received from her fans. She did her best to be a great mother, until, well, if you know, you know. Something that everyone will notice in the music video is that there are so many art styles, and that was intentional. The music video was just Jamie recording on her laptop in various places in real life, but she needed something to put on the screen, so she threw out a tweet asking for help. And soon after, she received a ton of submissions. After a few months of editing these artworks into little music videos, and then stringing them together, Machine Love released, and was met with a fantastic reception. I really enjoyed it due to how it reflected the scrappy and DIY nature of the Vocaloid scene, something that could only really exist on the internet, with people oceans away coming together to worship a red deity with an April Fool's tattoo. Amen. Machine Love was quite the love letter to Teto Kasane, so big that Jamie admitted that her next project had to be smaller in scope due to the sheer number of moving parts. I never said it would be bad, because JamieP's most recent big hit comes with Birdybrain.
No, my sperm!
The song follows Teto Kasane cosplaying as a chicken, dancing around the city, and singing about how she's a bird brain and runs around like she's a chicken with its head cut off. Out of the 3 songs that I've talked about today, this one has my favorite instrumentals. It's rather confident and feels like something that you would bang your head to while driving the car. I'll be honest, I didn't really understand what the hell the song was talking about the first 2 times, but after reading the lyrics and applying some creative thinking, aka I stole it from Reddit, I think I figured it out. Birdybrain is really a song about the plight of being autistic. Autism mentioned, ooh! Think about it. The song mentions Teto being introverted, having awkward mannerisms in the music video, being unsure if what she said was the quote-unquote right thing, and constantly calling herself a birdbrain, which is slang for calling someone stupid. If you're neurodivergent, you just look at those words and can only sign agreement. Even though it's not explicitly stated, you always get the feeling that something is off with you, whether it's the way you speak, not understanding when it's your turn to talk, or your strange interests. The point is, forming relationships is really hard.
Why would anyone want to be friends with that freak?
Birdybrain isn't really a song about Teto showcasing her sick chicken moves, but rather as a melancholic window into the reality that so many people have to live with. It's kind of like those POV day in the life of an autistic person videos that I think are kind of cringe, but Birdybrain makes it cool, so it's okay. I think my favorite parts of the song came from when she screams. I read it like she's stimming due to the anxiety of performing on stage. Stimming is like a safety mechanism for the neurodivergent's brain. Yeah, people will mock Teto for screaming penis, but in reality, Teto Kasane is in some very serious pain. I can't, that was too corny, but you get the point. Birdybrain managed to immediately blow up after its release, and after doing all of that research, I really only have one question. Is JamieP neurodivergent? Because the song is really on point for some people's feelings, and it exposes something that Jamie is really good at, but more on that in a moment. JamieP's rise is indicative of a wider trend in the vocal synth community, a new generation of artists that are passionate about using V-synth voice banks versus the old guard that stuck by the Krypton Vocaloids. Why did people choose Jamie when her songs are about a Chinese woman with a meat fetish or a chicken peeing itself in fear? The truth is, any old idiot can make a song about Shinji's mental breakdown or a lovey-dovey high school romance song, but it takes a special self-reflection to take those generic experiences and make them connect with others, and I think Jamie knows that quite well. During the Retro 10 interview, Jamie made it no secret that music is a way to vent out her emotions, and you can definitely hear that in a lot of her discography. Sure, the meaning of the songs can be a little generic, but that's because we have our moments of being alone or not fitting in or feeling like using the death note on our worst enemies and eating them for meat. The P in JamieP stands for personable. Someone who is likable and playful to be around. That personality will eventually leak into the songs, and in Jamie's case, a lot of people find her relatable. People may find her songs as cringe or carbon copies of one another. To be fair, she ain't beating that allegation. But I think people overlook that since, with the songs themselves, you can feel the passion in them. Jamie has found her place in the music world thanks to her extreme passion for Teto Kasane, and in the end, she stole my heart. And I would like it back. Pretty please? Thank you. Oh my goodness. In the real. Oh my goodness. I'm amazed and disgusted.